How do you grow your sphere of influence?
Welcome to Managing a Career, the podcast that helps you navigate the path to professional success. I'm your host, Lane Robinson. Each episode, we explore the ins and outs of taking charge of your career, from developing skills you need to succeed to building a network that can help you advance, and everything in between. Whether you're just starting out or a seasoned professional, I've got you covered. So sit back, relax, and get ready to take control of your career with Managing a Career.
When you speak up at work to offer your ideas, have you considered how loud your voice is? I'm not talking about volume, but how many people actually hear your message? How much weight does your opinion hold? How large is your sphere of influence? A management position comes inherently with influence over the team that you lead based on just being in a position of authority. But influence does not necessarily mean power or authority. This week, we look at some strategies for how you can grow your sphere of influence. As you consider these strategies and the steps that you'll be taking, keep in mind where you are in your growth in your career. While the strategies apply no matter what level or position you're at, the targets of those strategies may be closer or further away from you within the organization. The same can also be said of how much influence you already have. When your sphere is small, start closer to home, but the strategies will apply no matter how large your sphere already is. When it comes to building influence, everything starts with relationships. In episode 29, I covered building a network, but influence is not just about creating connections, it's about building trust and collaboration. Identify those that you seek to influence and reach out to them regularly. Ask them how you can help them, especially with cross team initiatives. If you don't have the skills to help directly, learn to be a connector. Helping them resolve their problems or connecting them to people who can solve their problems will increase their level of trust in you. More trust will lead to them listening when you present your own ideas or suggesting solutions to those cross team projects. Another way that you can build your influence is to become the resident expert on some process, technology, or resource. The goal isn't to be a gatekeeper, though that is a form of influence. Limiting access to a resource will lead to resentment and a possible loss of trust that you are already working to build. Instead, by being the expert on a piece of technology and being collaborative, people will seek you out for your opinions and solutions when that technology is involved. The third strategy for growing your sphere of influence is to become involved in critical problems. If the problem has already been identified, this could just mean volunteering to work on the project to address it. However, you may need to apply some strategic thinking, as covered in episode 49, to find a critical problem where you can contribute. By solving a high impact problem, you'll build your reputation and have people reaching out to you in order to grow their network. The final strategy for increasing your sphere of influence is communication. Whether communicating up the management chain or across departments, information is a valuable resource. Being seen as someone who both has and shares information will help keep you in the loop of what's going on within the organization, as well as give you early notice of areas where you can apply the other strategies. There have been several episodes covering different communication topics, including episode 44, reporting status, episode 56, presenting to leaders, and episode 59, communicating with finesse. I recommend reviewing those episodes and applying those ideas as you communicate with the rest of your organization. Influence isn't something that you're just born with. While it may come more naturally to some, everyone can leverage one or more of these strategies to build their influence. Whether you are newly graduated or already a leader, growing your influence is a critical piece to advancing your career. A career coach can help you build the skills you need in order to implement these strategies. If you need a career coach, reach out to me via the contact form at managingacareer.com. I'll schedule an introductory session where we can talk about your career goals and determine if we would be a good fit for coaching. If we are, we can arrange regular sessions to help put your career on the fast track to advancement.
Taking control of your career is entirely up to you. No one else will do it for you. So don't be afraid to take the actions that will help you reach your professional goals. I hope this episode has provided you with valuable insights and advice. If you want to stay up to date with the podcast, be sure to subscribe in your podcast player of choice and visit managingacareer.com to submit show topics and link to our community. For Managing a Career, this has been your host, Lane Robinson. And remember, own your career and navigate the path to professional success.